Ah, wah, wah, wah.
Wow.
Whoa, hello, Colin Hardy.
Oh, Hardy.
Colin Hardy. Do you have like a VTuber intro?
No.
Perfectly
I just say
understandable.
maid stuff.
Ooh, maid stuff. Do you be like, "Okaeri nasaimasen, goshijin-sama"?
Okay, not that fancy. But I do say okaeri. Casual. I'm not
A
working.
casual
This isn't work.
Okaeri. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. So like your chat isn't like your client. They're not like your like the person you work for or anything. We're just like chat is just like chill.
Yeah, exactly. They're like buds. We're buds.
Oh, okay. Yes, hello guys, welcome. Thank you for coming. Should we do like some just brief introduction type thing?
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Wait, what's your fan's called?
Tem Travelers.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Lillian. I am Blue Jump Eaton's Dragon Maid. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Wow.
And for those of you who don't know me, Colin Hardy, it is Tem time. My name is Harima Tem from bondlive en second generation LUNACATTUS. I'm an angel who time travels and yeah, just don't think about it too hard.
Time travel. Hey, that means that we know a lot about history, right? Yeah, because I've lived for a long time, so... History.
Yeah, sure. Please don't ask me history questions. Listen, just because I've lived through something doesn't mean that I remember it.
Oh, did you have the hikikomori phase? It's just a bunch of time that I don't know what happened because...
Had?
You have to learn what's happening in the world. You gotta go outside.
Had?
I see.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, today we're just gonna take it chill, chat about things. We might take some questions or topics from the audience, but we've also got some topics that we prepared beforehand. Also, I can see your mouse.
Wait, what?
I can see your mouse on your
Wait, hold on.
on your face.
Yeah. Like, also, you ended up flipping me, so I will flip back.
Eh?
Ignore this for a second. Wait, you flipped me as well, right?
Did I? I don't think I did. It shows up just like it does in Discord.
Okay, yeah. Wait, this goes confusing me.
Yeah. Because this is how you
okay,
usually
I
look,
will...
right? Or does your hair thingy go to the right?
Oh no.
I don't know how to tell. Your design is like almost completely symmetrical, except for the
bang.
bangs.
Yeah, I know. Flip. There we go.
Whoa.
That's better. Whoa.
It's like we're in an alternate dimension now.
Yeah, exactly.
I look really weird if you flip me.
Really?
Yeah, do you want to see? Hold on, how do I... Can I... Oh yeah, let's go. Oh god!
I'm phasing it in.
I look so
Whoa!
weird. Look at this. Crazy. Don't like that. Put it back.
You look the same. What do you mean? You look
back.
the same.
So,
okay, yeah.
anyway.
Tech issue solved.
Tech solved. My crops are watered. My acne is cleared.
Getting 8+ on exams.
Hell yeah. Living our best life. Anyways. I'm bad at conversation, so let's use these conversation topics we prepared.
Here's something we prepared earlier.
Yeah. Where do I want to
Yeah.
start? I feel like we should just talk about like VTuber stuff first.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
How long have you been a VTuber?
Yeah. So in bondlive, I started last December. So it's been about a year and 3.5 months. Yeah.
Wow. What a senpai. Wow.
And I actually was indie before that. It's not a big secret, but like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was indie for a year before joining bondlive.
Wow. Okay. For me, I debuted in October, so it's been, I think that's 5. Is that 5?
Five. October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, like 5.5, depending on when you debuted in October.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't remember how I found your channel. Somebody probably just like retweeted something, and I saw you, and I was like, oh, you have a cool design. And so then I found you on YouTube, and like the thing that I like about like getting to know streamers who also stream on YouTube is that like I can raid you. And like these days raiding people is like the only way that I introduce myself to new people.
I think a lot of people got surprised that like I know of at least a lot of VTubers, but I feel like the corpo scene at least is quite small and close knit, and everyone just appears in your feed at least once, and then you just gotta check them out. I'm not like you. So I forget to follow people on YouTube all the time.
I don't know, Sam. Like I need to follow more people.
Raid people. Yeah, I'll raid people and then stealthily subscribe and be like, I was always subscribed. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, of course. Ignore that notification.
I mean, the thing is for me, like, when I pull up the redirect menu, like the first thing that shows up are the people that I'm like subscribed to, right? So those are pretty much like my go-to. So like I don't raid people if I haven't like sort of like checked them out and like kind of screened them beforehand usually, because like I want to make sure that I'm sending my Tem travelers to somewhere that I think they'll like. Yeah, like somebody cool.
So responsible.
And I'm also just like I'm super socially awkward, so I'm like I need to know who this person is before we interact in any way.
I think that's YouTube, because when I first debuted, I was mostly exclusively on Twitch. And at that point, I was just raiding random people because there's not that many corpos on Twitch, right? So I think the movie, so my community ended up being like, okay, it's okay, Lillian, we'll wingman, we'll help you make friends. And I'm like, yes, let's go, everyone. So it was like a very mixed bag of people.
Yeah. Twitch scares me. I mean, like, I think Twitch is cool, but I also don't use it very much, and it has like its own bubble of culture, I feel like. Like there's like I don't know, inside jokes are just like the way that people like their sense of humor. I just like don't get it sometimes. I'm like, what? Where am I? Save me.
Doesn't the Twitch culture kind of just make its way over to YouTube eventually either way though?
Yeah, I feel like it does a bit, but it still feels like such a foreign world every time I open Twitch.
Yeah. I think Twitch is just easier because you don't need to make thumbnails for everything. Yeah,
thumbnails are kind of a pain. Although recently I've kind of been getting away with like not making thumbnails sometimes because I've been doing the vertical streams. And like you can add a thumbnail to the vertical streams, but like especially on mobile, it usually just doesn't even show up. Like, or like if I go to like my subscription feed on mobile, like it doesn't show me the thumbnail that I put in. It just shows like a vertical screenshot of something that happened during the stream.
But on your channel, doesn't it still show afterwards?
Yeah. But not on mobile in the subscription feed for some reason. But everywhere else it shows up if I put a thumbnail.
Yeah, I tried short streaming the other day. It was a very interesting experience. I didn't end up making a thumbnail because it took me longer than expected to set it up. But I think because I started putting a lot of effort when I first moved to YouTube and started streaming on YouTube in my thumbnails, now that whenever like something doesn't have a normal thumbnail that's done properly, it's like irks me because I'm like, no, it doesn't match with the others. Plus, graphic design is my passion.
Oh god, don't get me started. I'm so bad with graphic design. I have had to learn like from scratch when trying to make thumbnails. It's terrible.
Do you use Canva?
Do I use what?
Use Canva, right? Canva. What do you use to make your thumbnails?
Oh, Canva. No, I just use a drawing program. I use Krita.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I've used Canva for especially some of the like for like my opening and ending videos, just like the little animation. And like occasionally I'll use it for something, like my debut PowerPoint pretty much. But yeah. Ow. Wait, Tem is bigger. Yeah. Am I really that much bigger than you on the stream? I was trying to find the best way that my wings wouldn't be slapping her in the face. So this is just kind of how it ended up.
So I'm used to being seen as small.
I mean, like, I am probably taller.
Yeah, most probably. I am average, but average doesn't mean a lot.
Yeah. I think technically I'm like 5'7", or centimeters 171.
Okay.
I'm tall, but not that tall.
Yeah, that is tall to me. I'm like 163, give or take.
Small dragon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess this is accurate then. Good job, Tem.
Nice. Ow. I am curious, like, about your design. Did you, like, choose the elements of your design, or was it prepared for you?
Well, so no. Okay, so, I guess... Yeah, this is the history of my company, but basically, my CEO is a... YouTuber / streamer, right? And so originally there was it's a Korean company, so originally there was like a audition program type show on YouTube for it.
Whoa.
But then because everything was made from scratch for the people who passed the audition, it took a while to prepare, and then like contracts changed and things. So they ended up doing re-auditions. Then I applied for the re-auditions, and then I got in. So I actually didn't get to decide what I look like, but I was interested, and that's the design was why I joined auditions in the first place.
Oh,
I feel like, yeah.
So wait, was it designed by one of the previous like contestants, or was it just designed by the CEO or something?
Don't know. I think they had input in it. Yeah, everyone has input in their design things, and it's made to match them. So that's why they were like really worried about like getting someone to match the character, and that was what a little the audition was about. But it was really weird because I walked in and I was like, you know what? I want to be a Girl Crush character. I auditioned with a bunch of Girl Crush. Oh, it's like a concept, like, you know, a cool person. So in my audition, I had to sing, and I did a lot of like, I would say like cooler vibe songs, If you're familiar with a K-pop group, they sing a song from Blackpink.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah. But luckily, my boss realized that I was not like that, and I still made it.
Nice. So they just saw past the cool exterior and they were like,
they were like,
this is a lolly dragon made at heart.
It was funny because at one point they asked me, did you change anything for the audition? And I'm like, no, I've always been this cool.
No, I've always been cool.
Yeah, exactly.
No, man, I want to be cool.
You want to be cool. It's alright. I announced that one day I will be a rapper and I'll do a rap.
Ooh, nice.
And that's it. That's the extent of me being cool.
Yeah, I still don't feel like my voice really matches my model, but I'm always like, no, I should be cooler. I should be like, I should be ikemen.
Yo, suits your model a lot. I think you have a cool voice. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, honestly, it's pretty much the same for me. That like my model was already made beforehand, and it was in process. It was in the process of being designed, and they had like when I auditioned, they had a group, like a unit design. So like all the designs were kind of matching. Thank you.
So cute.
But thank you, Jaybird, for the 10 gifted memberships. Everybody who got the membership, welcome. We have emotes. We do membership streams on Mondays. And on the first Monday of the month, we do game night. Wow. So yeah, there was a possibility of the company just sort of adopting my old design. But when they asked me like during the interview, like what kind of design I would be willing to do, or like what I was looking for in a design. And then afterwards they were like, we think we have a design that you would really like. And so they were like, it's in the process of being made right now, but when it's ready, we'll show it to you. And then if you like it, like you can have it. So yeah. And
so
then
they didn't have like set personalities for each of the like talents in the group that they wanted?
Nope, they just like had these designs in the works, and they were just finding people who like fit the design the best.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then like I took one look at this design and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like there's nothing that needs to be changed.
Nice.
Yeah, I do feel that it's very me. I am very Tem.
I like the color blue. Blue suits you.
Blue is good. Blue is very good. You wrote on the conversation topics, purple is a great color.
Well, technically I'm more pink, but there is like hints of purple, right?
Yeah.
I get memed a lot because I think it was during my debut 2.0. I was asked like who my Oshis and like VTuber inspirations are, and I was like, I really like Toa and Okayu from Hololive, and I'm like, I might just be biased because they're purple, but they're great. I love them.
That's very fair. That's entirely fair.
I think I sort of put on Twitter when I first started following others. I ended up just following a lot of cats and a lot of purple VTubers, and that was my whole following list.
Understandable. You have impeccable taste. I too like cats and purple. Those are my two favorite things in the world.
Yes, impeccable.
Yeah, blue is actually my second favorite color, but purple is very good.
I used to be a blue person. I used to really like blue. Yeah.
Nice. One color that I used to hate green, but green has really grown on me. I think it's for some reason all of my favorite anime characters and stuff, they're all like green themed for some reason.
Green in anime.
They'll have like green hair or like green like image color. Like, you know
It's
how,
more like darker green, right?
Yeah, like mostly darker greens. Like, I'm a big Yoshi fan. I just like Yoshi.
Oh, I see. Green's a nice color. I learned to appreciate it when cottagecore, this aesthetic of cottagecore is a thing. And everyone's growing plants in their rooms, and I wanted to be cool like that. So I tried to bring plants in my room, but they all died pretty quickly.
Oh no.
But green and like the mossy green, it is calming. It's chill. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I've just accepted the fact that I'm very biased towards cool colors.
Blue and purple. True.
Yeah, green, blue, and purple. Like the reds, oranges, yellows. I like them in the right context, but they're just not for me.
Yeah. I get that. I think it's too bright.
Yeah. Hurts my eyes. I've also really grown on pink. I used to have like a very like anti-pink phase. You know, where I'm like, pink is too girly. Blah, 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 blah. I grew out of it.
Cool. I can't like pink.
Yeah. I got better.
Yeah. I used to be like that a lot. What's it? So when I was younger, because I played sports, everyone said that I was like a tomboy. So I kind of like leaned into that and put myself in a box because I'm like, that's what is expected of me. So I was like a very adamant hater of pink. But then one time someone bought souvenirs for like my friend went on holiday and bought souvenirs for everyone, but it was like really girly. I think it was like a knitting kit, right? And she got it for everyone except for me because she's like, oh, Lillian, you're a tomboy. I didn't think you'd like it, so I didn't end up getting you anything. I'm sorry. And I was so sad. I nearly cried. I was like, it's okay. I don't like stuff like that anyway. But I was so sad when I got home because I really like craft and stuff. So that's when I had to change my mind. I realized, no, this isn't right. Time for character development.
Character growth. Activate. Yeah. I don't know. I think I had this moment where I was in an art class in high school and like I was just like mixing paints and I was like mixing some different shades of pink and it was just really really soothing. I was like, you know what? I think I like pink now.
Maybe it's the same. Like, you know how your taste buds die as you get older? So you get to eat more things? It's the same with your eyes. Your eye cells are just dying, so you're okay with all
Yeah, I mean, life is just one long path to death, right? Everything just deteriorates. Wow. I love very, very optimistic topics, yes.
Yep. So deep. So true, Tim.
I'm sorry, this is what you get. This is what you get when you talk to me. Existential crisis.
I respect it. A little nihilism never hurt anyone.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's see. Ooh, do we want to do the first impressions? Who should go first?
I go first.
I don't know.
My first impression of Pam, I think it was, you do a lot of songs. Oh, I listen to your cover. Normally when I check someone out for the first time, I listen to the covers. Yeah. You have a very nice voice. Very soothing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, I saw that you do a lot of language stuff as well, so I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Smart too!
I'm
nice voice. Complete package. That's crazy.
I don't know. I'm only smart when it comes to very specific things.
Yeah, that was my first impression. I think it was also, I think on Twitter, and then you rated me one time, right? When I was in a club, and I was like, why does it sound so familiar? Why does the name sound familiar? Yeah.
Let's see. My first impressions of the Lillian. I don't know. You just seemed really down to earth, just like chill. Yeah. I like your design a lot. You have a very cute voice too. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
I get called British a lot, which is confuses me. But
Oh yeah, I think it took me a second to like place your accent, but yeah, but I was like, ah yes, Aussie.
oh, I think for a while people didn't realize that I was Australian, even though from the beginning, I think from my debut, I had my time in my stream. So people were, whenever I tweeted in the morning, people would be like, "Good night, Lillian, sleep well," and I'll be like, "Eh? Wait, what are you guys talking about?"
Everyone
really
thought she's
funny.
British. What do you mean Lillian doesn't sound Aussie? She sounds Aussie to me. Like I probably like my first impression, like I was probably like British, but then the more I listened to you talk, I was like, oh no, like yeah, you do sound Aussie.
Yeah. Well, I have
Yeah.
like a lot of language influences because, yeah, I watched a lot of British shows growing up, and then yeah, I think my accent is very mixed in some things, except like when I say super Aussie things, it comes out more. Yeah.
Yeah, the only British show I've ever really watched is Doctor Who.
I have watched the famous episodes of Doctor Who. That's it.
Highly suggest just giving it like a binge watch from the beginning of like the newer series. Whoops, sorry, my computer had a second.
I think when I watch things, I like to watch things from the beginning, but it's like such a high commitment, and I know everyone kind of recommends you skip a few of the earlier seasons, right?
I don't know.
Versions? What do you call them? There's different doctors, so is
Yeah.
it considered a new season or like a spin-off each time?
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know. It's just like a new doctor. I don't know. That's like it's usually a new season as well, but like some of them they go on like one actor playing the doctor will go on for like multiple seasons or not. Just like I don't know, depending on their contract, right? But I've never watched like the earlier seasons because there's kind of a big divide. There's like the early Doctor Who, and then there's like the new Doctor Who, which I believe the new Doctor Who starts at number 9. I think I'm pretty sure the 9th Doctor is where like most people start. And like, but it's very beginner friendly. They're like they explain everything from like like exposition wise. Like they don't assume that you already watched the old ones because a lot of people didn't.
That's good. I think the one I watched was I'm really bad at actors name, but I watched that the super famous one with the Weeping Angels. I watched that season, and then because I really liked that episode, I started watching like a few of the episodes afterwards. I did see the newest Doctor because they had like a musical premiere type thing, and I saw a lot of clips from that. And that seemed cool because the CGI was kind of crazy. Like, so much different than what I expected of Doctor Who because, it's changed a lot. The power of technology. But yeah, I was tempted to start from the most recent ones.
Hold up, I gotta... Somebody's spamming in my chat. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can read Japanese. But yeah, Doctor Who. I haven't watched the newest seasons. Like after the 11th Doctor, I watched like maybe one season, but I just wasn't vibing with the new Doctors. I don't know.
Do they get a new sidekick each time? There's a girl. There's always a girl, right?
Yeah, it's usually a girl, and it's not necessarily a new sidekick every single time, but usually usually they switch out pretty quickly after the new doctor takes over. Yeah.
Wow.
Ow, 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 ow.
So confusing.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
fun though. It's a really fun series.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yee.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. You put on here and under the VTuber stuff, advice as a senpai.
Yeah.
I don't.
Why am
Oh God. I don't think I have any. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing.
Everyone ever feel prepared? What do you think you've learned the most of since you started VTubing streaming now?
I don't. Have I learned anything? I'd say like my biggest like advice right now as the current version of me is to just like be flexible with yourself, like with your thinking.
Wow.
Because like, you know, sometimes like I'll go into something thinking that things are going to be a certain way, that I'm going to act a certain way on stream, that I'm going to like do VTubing a certain way, and then it just like completely like does a 180. Like sometimes you think that when you debut you're going to be a cool ikemen say so VTuber who's really nice to chat, and then you end up just kind of becoming a pervert gremlin angel who antagonizes their chat, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Understandable.
It's just how it
just
be.
blame chat. That's your fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
asked
chat's
for
fault. They made me this way. Say so and nice. Yeah. I had ideas. I had dreams. Once upon a time. But yeah, just like, you know, just go with the flow. And like, if you change as a person, if the way that you do things changes, if you like learn better ways to do something, or that you would rather do something a different way, just like, yeah, let yourself be different. I don't know.
I'll take that advice. Thank you.
That's all I got.
It was very deep. Very
Thank
deep.
you. Thank
Life
you.
lessons.
My other advice that I usually tell people is don't take people's advice and just do whatever the fuck you want.
Like, giving me two opposite sides here. I will consider both. Yeah.
I don't know. That was the past me's advice, was to not take advice. But I still stand by that a little bit. But like, I don't know. It's like if the advice particularly resonates with you, then like feel free to take it. But like, I feel like the more that you ask people about their advice, the more you're just gonna get like 50,000 different things that all contradict each other, and you're just gonna have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone has different skills as well.
Yeah.
So, and experiences.
Yeah.
It's always interesting seeing like what people think, but I relate to that because I debuted in October, right? Because it was Halloween month. I was like, yeah, I'll just play a few horror games here and there, even though I'm like a complete scaredy cat kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then it just ended up as a joke becoming like a horror streamer. I think after the month of October, halfway through November, I was like, hold on a second. What's happening? Why are we still playing horror games?
Have you come to like horror games, or did you just do it out of like obligation?
It was more like, cause I forced myself to play a few, and I normally pick like ones that I know are more up my alley. Because my main thing is when I get scared, I panic and then head empty, no thoughts, right? So I can't play games that like are first person because I'll just run around like crazy and get lost. Or I can't play ones that are very like puzzle heavy. So I was playing more like chillers, art games and things like that. Or collab games, so at least someone can carry me. And I think I quite like both of them. Yeah, especially collabs. I think horror games is always just like a good collab game.
Yeah.
To like it a lot more.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of horror. But I have very little experience, or at least I had very little experience playing any horror games for myself before I started VTubing. Like, I mostly just like, because like I used to be terrified of like every spooky thing, all horror of all genres. But then I got really into like Markiplier for a while. Like in high school-ish.
I am still very into Markiplier.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, I got really into Markiplier, and Markiplier plays a lot of horror games. So like I would be like, you know, like late at night with my phone, like I would have all the lights on and I would put my phone like 5 feet away from me and like just like trying to not not get scared. But like eventually I just watched so many of his videos that I like stopped getting jump scared and I stopped like reacting to the horror elements like at all. I just became completely numb.
Horror games is most scary when you're alone. So I could watch people play it. And streaming is okay because like chat's there, but playing by myself seems like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like when I started playing horror games for myself, like I don't know. I think it's funny when I just like rush into my death in a game. Like I just I do this in Lethal Company a lot, where I'll just like I just like separate from the group and go off and do my own thing. But yeah, I have some good jump scares every now and then in that game. I'm very into Lethal Company.
For me, I think half the times I don't even realize how I die. In Lethal Company, it's just random sounds and I turn around and I'm like, oh, what? I'm dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just a lot of flukes. Yeah. Great game.
Yeah, but also, if you haven't watched it already, I highly recommend Markiplier playing Lethal Company. Those are some really funny videos.
I love the trio.
Yeah, it's such good chemistry, such silly shenanigans. Wow. Let's see. I feel like we could go on to just like, is this sort of related to just like hobbies in general, but like what like YouTubers do you watch? Like non-VTuber YouTubers?
Now mostly just Markiplier.
Cool.
I don't watch YouTube that often anymore. And use it more for like keeping up with music.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Recently I've been mostly watching like, you know, shows and things. Natural.
Ooh, nice.
Like official content. Yeah. I think it's either like proper like movies and like shows, or I'm like scrolling on random things on TikTok, because that's
TikTok. Yes, the tick of the
similar
talk.
to the YouTube style of content, except it's shorter.
Yeah. I still really don't use TikTok much.
I still once in a while listen to like video essays and stuff on YouTube though, because that's what YouTube is good for.
What kind of video essays do you watch?
A lot of film ones, or there's like really random ones where people just talk about their weird theories. Like there was one recently that was like, there's this old game franchise called Trolls with a Z. And then the video essay was trying to explain that Trolls with the new movie, with like the musical movies, is in the same universe as Trolls with the Z. It's like a forgotten franchise. Stuff like that.
Nice. Just like total crackpot theories.
It's fun when you're like, wait, you might have a point. That makes sense.
Yeah, I do like video essays. I like to watch video essays that just have to do with like whatever I'm into at the time, like if it's a game or a anime or a show or whatever. And I also like to watch reactions, like because like often. Like when I get really into something, like a piece of media, I get very, very obsessed with it. So like once I finish it, like I need to watch somebody else react to it to pretend like I'm experiencing it for the first time again.
It also validates your experience of it, right?
Yeah. So, you know, it's just like, you know, especially if there are like certain scenes or certain episodes where I'm like, oh, I gotta know how this person's gonna react to this big reveal, to this big twist. So I use YouTube for that a lot. I watch a lot of Game Grumps. And I watch Drawfee. And that's pretty much it. Honestly, those are the main things that I use YouTube for. And then sometimes VTubers. Not as much these days. But, yeah.
Yeah. Me. I never check my subscriptions, though. I think that's why I don't really keep up to date with things on YouTube as often. Because even though I subscribe to things, I don't check the feed, and I just kind of watch whatever appears in my suggested on like the front page for me. So,
yeah, for me, I check a bit of both. Yeah, because like often like I'll scroll through my subscription feed like every day, but there are so many like. Cause like, especially if it's like a Let's Player or like an anime reactor person type channel, like if it's not a series that I'm interested in, or like if I don't know anything about the anime or the game that they're like playing or reacting to, I just like won't watch it. So like even though I do like the person, often like I'll follow them for like a specific thing, like a specific anime or a specific game, and then if they're not playing something that like that I'm already interested in, I just kind of like I scroll through my subscription box and I just ignore them. And then I go to my homepage and just scroll until I find something interesting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just the nature of their content after all.
Yeah, the sad truth. Although I pretty much watch like every Joffy video. Not necessarily when it comes out, but I also especially like to use their videos to fall asleep to.
Really?
Yeah. Like I do that a lot with like YouTubers, especially like YouTubers that I'm really familiar with. Like even with Game Grumps, like even though they can be very loud sometimes, like just having the familiar voices kind of like, I don't know, soothes me in a way that I can fall asleep easier.
Well, I've seen a few people like that. A white noise, but it's kind of
it's like
just noise,
like,
more noise.
Yeah, it's like noisy white noise.
Yeah. Maybe you should check out the other noise colors. Isn't there like brown noise as well now? White noise?
I don't know.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, I've tried things like ASMR or like, you know, like rain sounds or ocean sounds or whatever. And it just like never worked for me.
Sleep in pretty much silence. Yeah. I'm really sensitive. Like, I really don't like RGBs, and I get frustrated a lot because the lights on my PC keep like keep me up at night if I don't like turn everything off on the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I can never understand why people are really into like RGBs on their computer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, I turn my computer off anyways at night, so it just doesn't have any light on. But I also don't really see the point in having, like, RGB with my setup since, like, it's not gonna be on stream at all. It's like, it's just for me to look at, I guess. You know, it's like, it's pretty. Anyways.
I tried being like the cool gamers because there was a whole trend that everyone was having like aesthetic desk setups and PC setups, right? And I was like, that sounds so cool. And since I have like a lot of like the RGBs installed, I just never turn them on and use them or set them up because you can like match them and set them to particular colors and speeds and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried doing that, and then I played one game, and I think it's because I normally play games or like do everything in full light unless I'm sleeping, right? That just sitting in like a darkened room was like, this feels really weird, and then the screen felt really bright to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do it. Can't be a real gamer.
Yeah, I don't give a crap about what other people are doing. I'm if anything, I'm a little bit contrarian. That like if I see that something is popular and everyone else is doing it, I will go out of my way to not do it. Because that's just how I am.
I get that. For me, I think it's mostly for like when something's really popular, like mostly movies or shows, or especially animes. It's like so many like classic animes I've just never finished because everyone hypes it up so much that I go into the first episode really critical and I'm like, you know what, this isn't even that good. That's why I never end up watching it. And so I've watched a lot of things, but a lot of the classics, let's move on kind of vibe. Fake that.
Yeah, I feel that.
But other than that, I would say I'm easily influenced, or I like to try a lot of different things, and a lot of times I don't like them. That's why I have so many hobbies as well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the same way with like anime. Well, I'm very late to most trends. Like usually, like I will be aware that something exists and is popular, and then like maybe like several months after nobody cares about it anymore is when I start getting into it. Or at least when I start giving it a chance. But like I don't know that I'm necessarily like overly critical of it when I do start getting into it. It's just like it frustrates me when there's a show that I think is like objectively bad in my opinion that is super popular. Because like sometimes it's just a matter of taste where it's like, okay, like it's not really my thing, but I can see how this really appeals to people. And sometimes I'm just like, no, this sucks. And it's frustrating because I want to like things that are popular, because when it's popular it has so much fan content and like it's more fun to interact with like the community when my tastes match everybody else's. But so often it just does not.
I will say for a lot of the popular shows, it's one of those things where you have to binge watch. So I never understood My Hero Academia until one time I got really bored and I started binge watching it. And like, it's one of those things where you just keep watching it, but then like I got really busy and I forgot about it, and then I never went back to finishing the series because I'm like, it wasn't even that good. Do I even remember what really happened? So I feel like there's like different ways to like consume the content. Binge watching is always like the best.
Yeah, I do like binging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this bad habit where if a series isn't like finished, like if I watch an ongoing anime, like I'll watch up to the current episode, and then if I really like it, I don't want to wait for the next episode, so I go and like find the manga, and then I binge the entire manga up to like the most recent chapter of the manga. But then I get confused as to where I left off in the anime versus where I left off in the manga, and then I just quit both of them because I can't figure it out.
Yeah. It's when like you're watching it, you like get deja vu, but you also know like, no, it's just because I read it.
Yeah. And also my memory
Yeah.
sucks, so then even if I read something in the manga, I just like forget it.
Yeah, I did that a few times, but I learned not to, because the times when I did that were most of the times like sad animes. I think the last time I did that was Your Lie in April, because I was getting really frustrated because, you know, he was having an existential crisis and playing the piano, and I'm like, okay, I understand you're traumatized, but where's the plot? So I went to read the manga. And everyone was really sad, but because I read really quickly, I was like, oh yeah, I can see why everyone's sad, but also like, yeah, I get it, but it doesn't hit as hard when you're reading it, I don't think.
For me with Your Lie in April, I watched it while it was coming out for like a while, and then like they started getting really heavy with like the foreshadowing, and they're like like, it's like they just make it so like obvious that it's like, oh, this is gonna be a sad one, we're gonna try to make you sad, and like the more that an anime tries to do that to me, like the less I am affected by it.
Yeah, I think for that show, since I was watching it week by week as it was released, I'd wait entire week, get excited, and then half the episode would just be like recap or like trauma, like really slow scenes. So it would make me sad because I'm like, I waited that long for this, and that's why I ended up reading it.
Also, Ezra, thank you for the raid. Welcome in.
Hello.
Burb Raiders, Pit Crew. I remembered this time. I always forget what their fan name is. Pit Crew, not Piss Crew. Anyways, yeah, I'm just recent anime. I don't vibe with a lot of recent anime, which makes me sad because I really want to like still be a part of the anime community and like have friends that are into anime, but our tastes are just so different now.
Really? Because this season, everyone was talking about how it's different from other seasons because it's very like what's it? Female lead heavy, but the female leads have autonomy, kind of vibe.
Maybe I haven't watched much from this season.
Diaries, right? Did you know like
I watched what, the first 2-3 episodes? How many did I watch on stream? And I was not vibing with it. I'm so sorry.
I read the manga. Maybe I like the light novel better.
It was like, I don't know, it seemed like really gimmicky to me. Like the main character, it's like, oh, she's quirky because she likes to eat poison or whatever. And the main dude is just like super creepy and just keeps like harassing her and she's not into it.
Okay, yeah, I understand the point. Well, yeah.
No, I'm sure that it gets better.
Yeah.
Like I might go back to it.
The whole
one
conversation
day.
about like to have character growth, you have to have somewhere to start from, right? But yeah, there's explanations for that if you.
Yeah, I might go back to it one day. It wasn't like a hard no. I was just kind of like, eh.
You know, like comedies then?
Comedy?
Like the stupid comedies. You know the stupid anime comedies?
For me, comedy is very like hit or miss. Like there are comedy animes that I absolutely love, and there are comedy animes that I absolutely hate.
How forced does the comedy have to be? Because there's ones where like the comedy is just like inserted in, and then there's ones where like it's all about the comedy. Like I would say like Daily Life of High School Boys and like Pop Team Epic.
Yeah, I like
the ones where you're like, what?
So I like Daily Lives of High School Boys, and I like Psyche K. I like Sergeant Frog. I like Baka and Test. Those are like some of my favorite comedy anime. Like some like I feel like sometimes with like a like parody type like comedy, or maybe like where it's like trying to blend elements of comedy and like shonen or something, maybe that's where the sort of like dissonance comes in for me. I don't know. Like I know some people that were really into what's it called, like Iruma-kun, the one where he's like a demon,
the devil,
prince or whatever.
The kid that gets
yeah. And like, so I tried watching it. I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I watched a good like 5 episodes of that one, I think. And like I could not tell like what genre it was trying to be. And like everyone's like, oh, it's a comedy, and I'm like, then why isn't it funny? Like, I didn't laugh a single time. I didn't even like, I didn't chuckle. I didn't like nose exhale. I was just like, I don't know what emotion I'm supposed to be having.
What I'm getting from this is you like the thing of Iruma is, and I think Apothecary Diaries as well, as the comedy relies on the characters. So you like comedy that relies more on like, I would say, circumstances, or like actual like not slapstick, but weird situations that happen, right?
Yeah, I just didn't like the characters though. If I like the characters, and the characters naturally lend themselves towards comedy, because but
there's like characters that are quirky and just for quirky sake, right?
Yeah. Like, I like a lot of the characters in Psyche K. I think they get a tiny bit of depth to them, but it's mostly just like the comedy in Psyche K comes from putting different combinations of characters together and seeing what happens as a natural result of their character quirks.
Yeah.
Sakamoto desu ga. Yeah, that's a really good one. I do like Sakamoto desu ga. I also like Konosuba. Konosuba is pretty good. Yeah, Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun is another good one. I do like that one. Although the thing that frustrates me about that is like, this is my biggest pet peeve with comedy anime, is when there's a romance plot that never happens.
Which one? Are we talking about the subplot or the main plot?
Either. Mostly just like, if, especially the main plot with like Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun, I haven't like finished the whole thing. Like, I don't know if there's an actual end to the manga or the anime or whatever, but it's just infinite blue balling, It's just like, is she gonna confess? Is he gonna understand the confession? Oh, well, let's see. Oh, nope, not this time. And it's just like, just kiss already.
When they use the same gag again later on, I get that. But also, I think the series will get so boring once they're together. As much as I like a lot of like rom-com type stuff, I feel like things get so boring once they get together.
Yeah, I think that if it's written well enough, it can be done. I think it can be done where you have like a comedy anime that continues to be funny after the main couple gets together. I think it's possible. I think it can be done. Yeah, I do like Love is War. That's a good one. And see, that one they yeah, in Love is War, they do, spoilers, but like after a few seasons, like they do actually get together, and like the plot continues to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was reading the manga. I actually haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. This also frustrated the hell out of me in Psyche K as well, because I'm really rooting for Teruhashi. I think she's really silly and fun, and I love her. And I ship her so hard with Psyche. But the nature of comedy, the nature of the gag anime is that it's doomed to never happen.
He doesn't want it. What's it? The whole movie thing was just like world reset, right? I remember watching it expecting some sort of plot. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, like, we realized that Psyche has been resetting the entire world, and they've been reliving, like, 1 year over and over again. love
A
Saikike.
lot. Yeah.
It's peak comedy. I think for me, comedy, it mostly depends on the timing, honestly. Because a lot of the comedies that I like, they're very fast-paced. And like, if the comedy is too slow, it just like, it doesn't work for me for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh god, do not get me started on Nisekoi.
That one.
Yeah, talk about blueballing the anime.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a zoomer. Oh god, why is my computer chugging so hard today? But yeah, let's talk about what anime that we don't, anime that we actually like. That's enough of talking about anime that I don't like.
Have you been watching? Wait, no, you haven't been watching things of this season, right? Have you?
The only one that I've watched from this season is Seventh Time Loop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one out of all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you not like it?
I was surprised that he was getting an adaptation. Because I started the light novel, then there was the manga release of it, so I was reading the manga release of it. And then all of a sudden they announced that there was an anime. I'm like, what? Based on a light novel? Because there's not enough content here to make an anime. But I think it's okay. I read a lot of isekais, so I think it's just okay.
Yeah, I don't usually watch isekais. Like sometimes they can be all right. I really liked the other villainous one, the one that got the genre sort of like popular, of like isekai villainous type of thing. What's it called?
The one where she dates the dragon.
No, not that one.
No.
The one with Bacarina. I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah. Yes.
I liked that one a good bit.
That was a good one.
But yeah, I usually just don't watch much isekais. But I really like Seventh Time Loop. I think that it's just really well written. I don't know. It's like one of the only
anime was throwing me off animation because but yeah, okay. A lot of times, I think most of the animes I watch every isekai, but that's more because I already read the source material, so I'm always interested in how they adapt it. Normally, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. Yeah, that's the one. It's got such a generic name, I forgot what the name is. But yeah.
All have super generic names.
I absolutely despise the modern anime naming conventions.
But you have to complain about light novels then. That's the light novel thing.
I'm like, God, be creative, please. Please. I'm like, what happened to the good days of like 2-word titles? Death Note, Soul Eater, Blue Exorcist.
True.
It's like they're iconic.
I don't know how you would name it. No, it feels too tunibio compared to just saying the plot.
Yeah, but I don't want the whole plot to be spoiled for me in the title. Plus, like, if I see isekai or villainess or like reborn, reincarnated in the title of something, it's pretty much an automatic skip for me. Because I'm like, this author didn't even bother to put in the effort to come up with a name. They're just trying to ride the hype. They're just copying other people. Although sometimes if someone pesters me into watching a show enough times, I'll give it a try. If they're like, no, this one's actually a good one.
Well, does this count? There's an isekai this season called Dr. Elise. It's based on a manhwa, I'm pretty sure. That's just the main character, Dr. Elise.
I mean, that's a good title. I mean, I don't know what it is, but
it's main character's name, but
yeah, it's at least something.
Okay. Yeah, I read the source material. It's good. I don't know about the anime. I haven't heard about it a lot. It's a medical isekai. Yeah, one of those.
Oh my god, you know what I tried watching? I tried watching, what's it called? Like, Dungeon Meshi? It's like cooking in a dungeon or something. I don't know. I watched like one episode and I was so confused as to what kind of tone we were supposed to be going for. Because like the first episode, he's like, my sister is dying. Anyways, let's learn recipes to cook monsters.
So it gets dark and RPG kind of themes at the beginning and at the end. In the middle is just slice of life cooking. I like it. I feel like it adds a little spice. There's not really any plot to it. It's more about world building, and that's cool. Isn't it? It's a manga, so it's finished, right? So I don't know if the first season gets through all the content, but I don't know what happens after they save the sister. But it's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows at the moment.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll try to get into it again, but I was just so like I could not. There wasn't anything that particularly appealed to me. I'll just say that. There wasn't anything that appealed to me, whether it be the characters or the plot or like the setup. I just had like zero interest going into it.
One big filler episode, which I like. I really like filler episodes. I know people don't like them, but the slice of life things, like to pad out all the action and adventure. I like that stuff. Yeah.
Just like the whole time, I'm just like, your sister is being digested by a dragon. Can you please hurry the fuck up?
Technically, well, yeah, but they gotta survive. They gotta eat to get to her.
Yeah, but they're like walking into town. They're just like casually strolling into town. They're like, oh, I wonder what we're gonna eat today. And then he's like, oh, actually, let's go back to the dungeon. And then let's like cook a whole like gourmet meal, man. I'm like, dude, just like buy a piece of bread or like, you know, sell like a dagger, buy some bread and run. Get in there.
Be fine. She's a strong maid. Yep. Oh, so you don't have enough faith. You gotta trust others.
Yeah, I don't have enough faith that this dragon that killed like their entire party or like almost killed their entire party isn't gonna digest this mage girl. Anyways,
maybe he has slow metabolism.
All right, what else? Let's see. What anime do I actually like? You put Utapri. Do you like Utapri? Is that why it's on there?
Yeah, it feels not because I never did it. I saw it on your like the taggy thingy, right? And I was like, Utapri, I haven't thought about this series in so long.
Yeah.
To me, it's all like a fever dream. I had a huge phase where I was like really into anything that had any sort of music. Any series that had music in it, I'm like, I'm down. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
And there was like a lot of weird ones around that time as well. But it's a free. Yeah. I did some simping. Yeah. I don't remember any of the songs being really good except for the opening, not gonna lie. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a big long Utapri phase, and it comes back every now and then where I remember how much I love it. I'm also like, I'm kind of the same way. I really like shows that have music in them. And for me, I think Utapri, the actual anime, is not that good. Like, objectively speaking, it's not the worst, but it's not that good. But like,
yeah.
Well, at least like the first season, it's fun. It's just like, if you like hot boys and you want to get to know these hot boys, it's fun. All the seasons after that.
The art threw me off a little bit, right? Like, because it's very stylized, but then it's quirky. You get into it, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. The plot. I mean, I've watched Harem stuff before, but I was like, okay, sure. And then they just add like random quirks to the characters, or like, I guess, is this a spoiler? One of the senpais is literally just a robot, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And the principal is mega weird. It's one of those things where like it feels like a fever dream, but everyone was cool, so that's fine. Sure. I just never saw a lot of content or like fan content about it, at least on the EN side of things, right? But then when I went to Japan, there's so much Utopia merch everywhere. It's so popular. I'm like, no way.
Yeah. I got super into it. I really like the music. Honestly, like, maybe half of all the songs that I know are from Utapri because there are just so many. Like, there are like maybe 200 something songs from Utapri. So I know every single one.
No way. Yeah, I don't think there was that much music in the anime, right? But it's a game, right? That's why there's a lot of music in it.
Yeah, it started as as like otome game, you know, where you just like pick a boy to play the route and whatnot. But like every episode of the anime has a character song in it. And then they will like release like the full version of that song and then like a secondary character song for each season. So like each season has like because like if it starts with like 6 boys, right? And then each boy has like 2 songs. So then there's like 12 character songs plus the opening and ending songs plus maybe like 1 or 2 more group numbers. So you end up with like somewhere between 20 to 30 songs for the season. And then the next season you add in more boys. Each of the boys gets like 2 songs. And so then like by season 4, there's a lot of songs.
Hanaka's just the school therapist after a few seasons.
So Utapri was what got me into the like voice actor fandom, because I really liked a lot of the voice actors that were in Utapri, and I liked watching their concerts through definitely 100% legal means, and but I have 3 of the like 7 or 8 concert DVDs. I eventually want to collect them all. That's like my ultimate goal, is to collect all of the concerts. But they were so much fun to watch live. Like, they just have so much energy and so much fun like performing the songs. And it really got me into wanting to be like an idol, wanting to like maybe dip my toe into voice acting and stuff like that. So it's like even though Utapri it's not a deep show, it's very deep for me. It has deep meaning for me.
Yeah. Hey, did you have a favorite? Who's your favorite character from Utapri?
My favorite is Reiji. Is the one with the brown hair in the senpai group.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. He's a silly goober, but he projects this like persona of being very like chill and goofy to sort of like mediate the group, because everybody else, especially in his unit, is his like idol group, they're all assholes and they all like constantly fight with each other, so he has to constantly be trying to like keep them from quitting. And it takes a toll on him. Get this man some therapy. Anyways, I love him. And I love all the voice actors. They're so much fun. It was a great motivator for learning Japanese because I wanted to understand what they were talking about at the concerts. Because like they would have like free talk sections between some of the songs. And I listened to those so many times to try to like pick out what they were saying.
Wow.
Yeah. So what would you say is like your favorite anime of all time?
Oh man, I forget about series a lot, so if you ask me this every week, like each week, I would probably give you a different answer. My go-to answer right now is Madoka because the new movie's coming out soon, and I've been nostalgic about the whole series.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I finally made an anime list. We did this on a stream, actually, where we you know, the website, My Anime List?
Yeah.
Where I just, like, made a profile for myself as Tem, and just went through, like, every single anime and, like, marked whether I've watched it or not, and, like... Well, not every anime, but I tried to remember every single anime that I've ever watched, even if I only watched, like, one episode. And, like, rated them and, like, got, like, a concrete list.
Over the series, because I've read the source material and watched the anime, a lot of times they kind of, like, merge together, so I can't give, like, proper ratings of animes. Or I don't remember if I finished them or not. That's a struggle. Another series I like, I think, which is one of my top ones, is, what's the English name? Erase?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, I really liked that one that was coming out too. And then there's like a bunch of like weird ones where... Yeah.
Yeah, Erased was one of those ones where like I was definitely like big into like watching the seasonal anime around that time. And like everybody was super into Erased until like the last episode. And a lot of people didn't like how it ended. And then it just kind of like died.
Yeah, the manga ending is better.
Yeah.
I also really like Assassination Classroom, but that's more manga. I don't think I finished the anime. Did the anime get finished?
Yeah,
like,
the anime finished.
Do all the content? Okay. Yeah. So that's my top 3, I would say.
That's good. I really like Assassination Classroom. I like a lot of the songs from it too. I like all the openings.
Yeah, I like all endings.
Oh, the endings are also really good. I like you know Hello Shooting Star?
Moon? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello shooting star again. I love that song so much. Yeah, from what I've heard, the manga has a lot more like in-depth character stuff that they kind of just skip over in the anime. So like I feel like the characters are a bit weak. Like all the student characters are a bit weak in the anime. But it was definitely still worth the watch, and like honestly just like Koro Sensei as a character is so much fun. So that it just like he carries the entire thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of the best manga series to collect as well, because it has like the covers all match because they're all Koro Sensei's face, but like with different like markings. So yeah, it's like one of the only series I have like printed copies for. I also watch a bunch of niche ones. You know how you're saying like Utopia kind. You be like the music and it inspired you. For me, that would be a show that used to be I believe it was a rhythm game that never got an English adaptation, but it's a series called Show by Rock.
I've heard
of
that
one
before,
has really good music. But it throws a lot of people off because I think the anime they did they did the normal character anime and then they mimicked the game when they were having concerts, and for that they have like Nendroid like collectible art, collectible type of animal-ish 3D aesthetics, which throws a lot of people off. But the music for that's really good, especially since they have like so many different bands with like different styles of music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a question. Does Lillian watch anime more in subbed or dubbed?
I mostly watch things in subs because this every once in a while there'll be like mistranslations in it, and so I know enough Japanese to be able to pick up things like that. I do like watching Ghibli films in dub though because the voice acting is kind of peak top tier. Yeah.
I also generally just watch with subs because again, it was really good for learning Japanese. But I feel like in recent days, like a lot of dubs are pretty good. And sometimes it just like depends on what I start with. Because like if I get used to the dub voice before I get used to the sub voice, then I can't go back. Like it sounds wrong if I try to listen to the Japanese voices after I've already gotten used to the English voices.
The two series that I've watched dubbed, I would say, is Fruits Basket because only the dub was on Crunchyroll when I was watching it. And I kind of just got used to it and it was fine. And then One Piece because a lot of times I'm multitasking when I'm watching anime. And even if I understand Japanese, One Piece voice actors do really like weird things, right? Where they like character traits, but you know like how cat goes like nya a lot and like stretch out vowels, which is hard to understand if you're not like fluent in it. Yeah, One Piece characters do that a lot too. So it was really difficult for me to like watch One Piece in sub while not like paying 100% attention to it.
Yeah, that's one of the most frustrating things in like shonen, especially for me. Like especially that era of shonen where like all the characters have like a weird verbal tick that's just like super cartoony and gimmicky. Yeah, that kind of annoys me sometimes. Yeah, for example, for me with like I binged Sergeant Frog because it was on Netflix at one point, but they didn't have the sub available on Netflix, so I watched it all dubbed. And now anytime that I try to watch it subbed, it's just like it's not the same. It's not the same. Let's see what else. I guess we can just talk about like general hobbies. Because you mentioned you have a lot of hobbies. I'm curious what they are.
Yes. Oh, so many. Recently I've decided to start another hobby. I'm trying to get into more crafting stuff at the moment. Yeah. So I saw people making stuff with clay, so I want to get into clay stuff. So that's my most recent obsession. Other than that, I do like basically anything artsy. I enjoy a lot. Do art. Yeah, I would say jack of all trades.
Nice.
Which is a problem. It's a problem.
No, I think that's fine. I think it's really good to have a lot of different hobbies, honestly.
It started. I think the one thing about VTubing for me is a lot of times it's just me coming up with an idea and then wanting to make it. And a lot of times I'll like research and like how to commission people for it. But then in the end I'm like, you know what? I'll just before I lose motivation for this project, I'll do it myself. And so a lot of like my covers on my channel, they were all made within like 2 weeks from start to finish. Yeah, which is a good and a bad thing because yay, more content quicker. But then also I'm like, oh man, maybe it would have turned out better if I took more time on it. So I'm trying to get better at that and like letting other people do it.
Yeah.
Getting help is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I had more useful skills that could help me make like cover songs, because like I have no idea how to video edit or mix audio or pretty much like anything. Like I'm okay at art. My digital art skills are really like baby level, honestly. So like sometimes I will try to do like elements of a video by myself just because it's faster and I don't want to have to wait for people. But I like at some point I just kind of reach a block where I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I need somebody else to do this for me.
But you play an instrument, right? So
Yes.
you have music theory-ish, kind of?
A little bit. So like I play the flute, and I started playing the flute in middle school, played it all through high school and into college. But like I didn't really learn music theory until I started college, just because like I didn't really have access to any kind of like music theory classes.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I knew enough to be able to play the music, you know, like I know what a scale is, just, you know, like a basic scale. I know what an arpeggio is, but like anything further than that, I had like zero. So then in college, I was doing a music major, so I had to start doing like music theory classes, and I was like so behind. I knew like nothing. So like I've got a little bit of knowledge that I've retained from those classes, but like very minimal, very basic level.
Yeah. I don't think I'm that great with the musical side of things. Like I only started like trying to figure out like how to sing properly, like I would say 2 years back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But recording covers and stuff, you have to do like harmonies and things, but I've never learned how to do that. So I'm trying to get better at like recognizing and being able to like copy and like separate it from like the original. But yeah, my music knowledge is not good. I can barely read sheet music, but that's around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
harmonies are something that I often struggled with. Like, I did a lot of singing before I really got into like playing the flute. But like, so I did like chorus and stuff, but I never learned how to read sheet music from doing that. Like you know, like, but when you're looking at sheet music, you can tell whether the note goes up or down. But like, as far as like what the actual pitch was, I would just like listen to somebody sing it for me and just memorize how they sang it. But every once in a while, like I didn't know, like I would have to sing like a harmony part, and I just like wouldn't know what notes, so I would just kind of sing random notes and hope that nobody noticed.
Yeah.
But like playing an instrument helped me, like, because you know when you're singing you don't know what notes you're singing for the most part, but when you're playing an instrument you always know what note you're playing because you have to put down the right fingers to produce the right note. So it's just like I got more used to like hearing the harmonies and playing the harmonies and understanding how the harmonies connected to each other. And then like and then when I finally started taking music theory, I understood a little bit better.
Yeah. I know, I think the basics of anything, most of the time, I think me learning hobbies, I always, you know how there's like an iceberg, the iceberg of hobbies?
I mean, I guess.
Like there's a depth to it. There's like the first few layers where you kind of know things, and then the deeper you go, like, the more precise it is, or like you realize how much of a deep black hole it is. For me, I think I experience, or I'm observant enough to like realize when something is wrong, and that's basically it that's carrying me for like most of like the stuff I do. Well, I'll listen back and I'm like, yep, that's not right. Okay, I don't know how to fix it, so we'll just keep trying until it's fixed.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my method. The method to the madness.
Also, hello, Junie. I was that person. I'm still that person, but not as bad. With just like faking my harmonies. Yeah, I'm a very boring person. I don't have anything to say as far as hobbies go. My hobbies are watching YouTube, singing, watching anime occasionally, reading fan fiction. And
Want to get more into writing music?
Mm-hmm.
I remember your debut.
Oh, well, I mean,
You wanted to work on a song.
so I've tried. I've tried writing an original song for myself. And I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much on the progress of how that went.
Okay.
But I couldn't come up with much. Like, I could not get into the creative mindset. I didn't like anything that I was coming up with.
What program did you try using?
What program? Honestly, I just don't use anything. I just try to come up with a melody, and then I just hand it over to somebody and be like, here, do something with this, please. Make instruments happen, please.
Yeah.
Because
catchy melody is half the problem.
Yeah, because my music theory knowledge is so incredibly lacking, and I also hate technology, and I'm terrible at learning new skills. So yeah. But every once in a while I get like a burst of creative energy and inspiration, and I just kind of like crank out a song. And thus far that's happened twice for my genmates graduations. Which is like, not the best circumstance, but it's just like I was filled with so many emotions that I like had to write something about it. And then I gave it to them as like a graduation gift.
Aww, that's so cute. Hey, that's a win. A win is a win.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish I was good at honing my creative skills more, but it really just feels like I can only produce actual results in like a fit of passion, and if I'm not in that state, it never happens.
You need inspiration.
Yeah. I did like a membership stream where I was like, let's try to write a song, and I just like ended up after like an hour with just like a blank sheet of paper. I was like, well, good stream, guys.
Good try. I thought like
Tem has passion. Not often. But when it happens, it happens. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, that's honestly my personality in a nutshell. It's either 0 or 100. I either have like 0 interest in a thing, or I have like 100% max interest in a thing for like a year.
Wait, a year's a long time.
Yeah, like that's usually how long my obsession with like an anime. If I really like a show or a piece of media or something, and like I hyperfixate on it, and it'll usually last somewhere between 6 months to a year, where like I will only think about that thing and I will not watch anything else, and if I do, it's just like really meh.
Oh, my hyperfixations last for like maybe a month and a half. That's why I try to get everything done within that.
What happens after a year? Okay, so it's not year is like a rare case. It's 6 months is usually the expiration date for me. Because like for example, my current or my most recent fixation was this BL novel.
Okay.
It's got a lot of names. It's called Modazushi. It's a Chinese web novel.
The MD.
Yeah, it's MDZS. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I went through a huge phase of liking that. I read it back in like September, I think, last year, somewhere around that. And I've been incredibly into it for the past like half a year or so. And I'm kind of at the point right now where like the passion for it is dying down, where like I no longer feel the urge to constantly like read fan fiction about it and look up fan art about it and talk to people about it anymore. And then I enter like the post-fixation depression phase where like nothing is interesting and I have no light in my life until I find a new fixation.
Do you merch for the series that you hyperfixate on?
Do I what?
Buy merch and like art.
It depends on if I have the financial means. but often yes.
Then what happens? What do you do with them after your hyperfixation ends?
They just kind of sit around.
Okay.
Like I'll look at them. Yeah, like I'll look at them and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when I was into that. I don't like it that much anymore, but I remember. But every once in a while, like an old fixation kind of like rears its head and like I get back into it again for like a week. But that's pretty much it.
Are you affected by the random second seasons for like shows that they keep announcing? What's it like Black Butler?
Yes,
and then there's the second season of Devil's a Part-Timer and Blue Exorcist they announced recently, ish, right? Oh yeah, like the loose when they randomly announced the second season.
I get so excited about that. Like I really like Black Butler. I know it's a very iffy series sometimes.
Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Yeah. I don't know that I would ever say like I completely hyperfixated on it, but I really enjoy it. I've read ahead in the manga a good bit, and again it's kind of at that point where I've forgotten where I left off in the manga. But when they announced like Book of Circus back, like it had been like 7 or so years since the end of season 2 of Black Butler. And so, like, I thought that it was never getting anything ever again. And then they announced Book of Circus, and I was like, yeah! Like, I lost my mind. And there are shows that I'm still holding on to hope for, like Oran.
Oran brings people together. My favorite thing is asking who people's favorite host is, because I think it says a lot about you.
So who's your favorite host?
Wait, I did. You first.
Okay, I can't decide because I really like Tamaki, but I also am really partial to Hikaru specifically.
Understood. So, I was a Kyoya fan with but I also liked Hikaru as well.
I don't know, something about him. He's just like he's such a. I mean, he's a very dynamic character in that like he goes through a lot of growth, right? And I really like that. And I'm the type that I always root for characters with like an unrequited crush. So like, I really like him.
Like he had a lot of growth, but then also that means like Kaoru is really cool too.
I do like Kaoru. Yeah, I do really like Kaoru, but I like my boys emotionally unstable.
Do you have second lead syndrome?
Yes. 100% yes.
I stick to canon most of the time. It's safe for you. We have canon. We have content. You can go suffer in the corner.
Oh my god. Okay, like one of the only K-dramas that I've ever watched. It had like this really super generic name. It's called like She Was Pretty or something like that. And like
Oh yeah.
it's about this like girl that works in like a fashion design studio or something, or like something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's like her boss is like this asshole, and he's like, but they're like secretly childhood friends or whatever, but they don't know it, blah blah blah. But like her coworker, he's like this really like chill, funny guy, and I was like, please date him, please. But no, she ends up with the asshole, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I do like childhood friends as well. I think it's a really cute trope, but they're always the second lead.
Yeah, so
I think
after then I never watched a K-drama again.
It's not common. Well, it's more common in anime.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's not why I didn't watch many K-dramas. I just never found any that I particularly liked as much. But, yeah, whenever there's, like, a secondary, like, love interest that gets the short end of the stick, I hate it.
Yeah. I think I was always sad about childhood friends, like, not getting the chance. But the only time it really, really hit hard was in this, I think it's a manga. I don't know if they ever got an anime, but called Fuku Menkei Noise. And in that, the main character is he's so indifferent to her. I don't know how they got together. It was so frustrating. I molded so hard.
Yeah, I'm fairly neutral on childhood friend stories. Like, if they're done really well, I can be into it, but like, the trope itself doesn't do much for me. For whatever reason. Oh, let's see. What else? I don't even remember what topic we're on right now. We talked about hobbies, but then we somehow ended up talking about shows again.
Yeah. Hobbies. Is there a hobby that you want to pick? If there was like a skill that you could pick up instantly, what would it be on? Any skill.
I don't know. There are too many, especially ones that would be useful in streaming and VTubing, like just like digital art, but just like art in general, like understanding like color theory and like composition and graphic design. That I wouldn't struggle so much on making thumbnails.
Different. A lot of people who can draw can't do graphic design. They're very different skills.
Yeah, but I feel like they have sort of a common base, you know, that when you learn like the theory of it, that it's applicable to a lot of different aspects of art, right?
There's like, I think for art to me, there's like the skill based of it, where you have the skills to fix the problem and then being able to recognize it. And I think that's why a lot of people go through like stages where like they hate their art and then they think they're really good and they hate their art, because it's about being able to like fix something like you notice, right? I think when artists try graphic design, a lot of times they'll like know it doesn't seem right, but they don't know how to fix it.
So yeah, honestly, I wish that if I could instantly have the ability to just understand everything about art in all forms and be able to put it into practice.
There's so much stuff with the art is like detailed. Yeah, but I understand. That'd be over OP.
Yeah. And also just things like video editing, mixing. I want to be able to do it all, but I don't want to have to learn it. Cause like I'm so bad at learning new skills. Even though there are so many resources like online and stuff, like free resources that you can learn that you can use to learn a skill.
Yeah.
I have a hard time learning unless I have like someone actively like helping me. Cause I don't know, I feel like I just got so used to the way that you learn like in school with like a teacher available to answer all your questions and like check over your work and point out what you did wrong and stuff. That like just watching like a tutorial video, I just like it like I don't know why. It just doesn't have the same benefits, I feel like, as if I had like a private tutor.
For skill-based things, how I learn is I have a specific project in mind, and I basically search up very specific tutorials, and a lot of times they'll explain like the basic stuff is in it as well, and so you kind of end up with a product that you wouldn't use, but it doesn't feel like you're forcing yourself to learn. In like 3D modeling, there's like a little joke. Have you heard about like making a donut? Everyone starts like 3D modeling by making a donut, and that's like considered like one of like the worst ways to learn because no one wants to make a donut, and it's very confusing. So I feel like you need to balance being able to like enjoy what you're making and like the results with like learning the skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like another thing that kind of, especially with digital art, because I feel like most tutorials are going to teach you Photoshop and like all of the like the key binds and like all the shortcuts that are specific to Photoshop. But like I don't have Photoshop. And I'm broke. And I'm broke and I don't want to pirate it.
The easiest art program I think to learn is Paint Toolside. So OG for a lot of artists. Yeah, I feel like Photoshop and also Clip to an extent is really confusing and very overwhelming. A lot of times artists just remove a lot of the functions because you don't really use it. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes like there's a specific art thing that like I've seen people do in like videos of like if I watch someone do digital art or something, where like I don't know what keys they're pressing and what buttons they're using to make it happen, but I know that it's possible. Like when people will like be able to color without it going outside the lines, even if the lines aren't like, you know, like solid. And then or like people being able to color the line art itself and stuff. And I have no idea how they do that, and I don't know what it's called, so I can't Google it. You know, I'm like, what's the thing where you color inside the lines? And then I'm like, I don't know.
I'll let you know. You can Google it later. But coloring on the line art is when you alpha lock things, okay? And then when they're filling in things, they probably have masks set up.
Yeah.
Those are very technical things. Yeah. I think a lot of basic art tutorials, they normally tell you to do a base layer and then you just clip everything to the original base. And that's like how a lot of beginner artists learn how to draw and color.
Whoa.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what half of those things mean.
I'm happy to help.
Yeah, I just kind of like I open a document in Krita, and I pick like a random size for the canvas because I have no idea what size to use, and then I just like pick a brush that doesn't look like shit, and then I start drawing, and then I draw another, and I pick another. I when I'm ready to start coloring, I start another layer, put it under the lines, and then I just start coloring manually by hand, inch by inch.
I'll do that. It feels more productive. Coloring by hand, it feels. This is the love in the artwork. Yeah.
So this is like I think I consider myself an okay artist. Like, I did an art challenge for myself where I did a drawing every single day during the month of September. And, like, I saw a lot of improvement in myself, and I think I did okay. But art, it just takes me so fucking long to draw anything.
Yeah, I am also very slow at art. I relate.
So, yeah. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll get better at learning skills. I feel like the skill to be able to learn a skill is a skill in and of itself.
I guess, do you believe in like learning techniques? You know how I think it was technically disproven, but how some people are more visual learners or like better off with like reading or being like listening to things?
I mean, I think there's some truth to that because, like, you know, I have specific like school subjects, right, that I was better at than others. And I feel like there are a lot of people who they are good at, like, for example, like I'm pretty good at languages and music, which are both things that kind of involve listening skills. And so, like, I feel like there are a lot of people who have those skills together. Like, whatever part of your brain is in charge of, like music and languages is kind of, like, the same thing, almost. And, like, I suck at history. I'm decent at, I'm okay at math, but I'm not, like, super good at it. And, like, science, I was also just kind of meh at. But music and languages are like where I've really like focused all my energy and what I feel like I'm the most naturally like drawn to, I guess.
Understandable. I think for me, we're very different in that regard then, because I did a lot of art and I also did theater, acting, a lot. I think my best subjects was probably science. I did a lot of science and I did ancient history. Modern history is very much more like who hates who and like drama, like not drama, but like, you know, people relationships, which I don't care for that much. But ancient history is more like, oh, pretty thing, what does it do?
Oh.
So I found that really interesting. So those were my subjects. I was really bad at math. Languages, I did end up learning a bunch of languages, but that's more just slowly. I haven't learned them like properly. So it's more like I can understand a lot, but I can't speak it very well, right? And I feel like it's more like you just need to practice at that point, but I refuse. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm able to speak Japanese, because I've really not had that much practice, but I think it's just because the way that my brain works, I have a lot of like internal dialogue with myself, and I will like practice whole conversations in like imaginary scenarios like in my brain.
Yeah. People recommend you do that.
Yeah, that's just kind of how my brain works naturally. So then, like, whenever I do have a conversation with somebody in Japanese, they're like, oh my gosh, you speak so well. Like, how did you learn? And I'm like, I don't know. I just watched a lot of anime and then I talk to myself a lot. So yeah, that's my only advice for language learning. Talk to yourself a lot. Become a crazy person.
I gotta try that out sometime.
Because, you know, I just, like, I don't know, I guess I just, like, fantasize a lot about, like, oh, if I went to Japan and I walked around, like, trying to find this place, and then I bumped into somebody and I asked them for directions, like, how would that conversation play out? And then, like, or, like, what if I ran into, like, my favorite voice actor and I wanted to get their autograph or something? Like, what kind of conversation would that kind of be?
That's it. Detailed scenarios.
Yeah, I think about these things a lot.
Whoa. For me, whenever I try to talk to someone in a specific language, I just panic. Yeah, even in English. A lot of times if I get put a curveball, I'm like, No languages.
Yeah, no languages. We will communicate in only gestures. Well, I guess that kind of becomes a
Yeah.
language in and of itself. That becomes like sign language.
Yep. Exactly.
I do feel like sometimes I've forgotten some of my English the more that I learn like Japanese and stuff. Because like sometimes I just like forget what the word is called in English, or like there's a specific phrase that I'm thinking of in Japanese that would perfectly describe the situation, but it like doesn't exist in English. So I'm like, you know, the thing where you and I just become completely incoherent in English.
I think. Oh, one thing I realized is still. I like to think I have a good English vocabulary, but every once in a while there'll be like a word. Maybe I'm playing like a story game where I realize I've never said that word out loud, and I'm not totally sure how to pronounce it. And it's just very awkward because I'm like, I swear I know English. I promise.
God, I hate that. I hate when like I've been saying a word in my head the wrong way, and now I can't like fix it. Because like I'll try to say it out loud or something, and then everyone's like, "You're saying that wrong," and I'm like, But then like I forget, or like it's just like it comes more naturally to say it the way that I've been saying it in my head.
I think for me there's a herb, right? Do you know oregano?
Uh-huh.
So for a long time I didn't realize that I wasn't saying it properly because I was breaking it down in like like characters in Japanese. It'll be like oregano, right? So I was just saying it as oregano for so long, you know, a little Australian accent in there. And the people will look at me weirdly. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, there's a lot of brands which I've only heard people say in like Asian languages, right? And so I say it super accented and weird, so yeah, don't ever ask me what brands are called. How to say out brands in loud.
Yeah, I imagine like, especially in Japanese, there are so many words that like Japanese has a very specific way that English words get like added to the language. It's like when you write things in like katakana, right? Where it's like it's a very specific like rule set for how the word is written in katakana, and then like I can imagine like being a native Japanese speaker trying to learn English must be hell, just because like you think you know a word in English, but you'd only know the like the katakana pronunciation of it, which is like not at all how it ends up being said in actual English.
It's so hard for English learners or in Japanese, right? When you order something in katakana, I normally have to like go through each of like the characters. I'm like, okay, go make sure I say it right, and I split up each letter properly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like at some point I just kind of caught on to the patterns, I guess. Because there are patterns to how the word gets turned into katakana. So once you get those patterns down, it's not that bad. Wow. So we've been talking for like 2 hours.
Oh, wait, really? No.
How much longer do you want to go for? So we can start wrapping things up, or...
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Do we have any like last minute burning questions that we absolutely need to address? Anybody in the chat have any big
Yeah.
any big questions? Yeah, it's already been 2 hours somehow. Another 8 hours. Too much social interaction for the day? No, I just feel like 2 hours is a good stream time for like a chatting stream. I don't know. Of course, there's also the fact that I do get socially exhausted easily. Is Lillian single?
It's for Yes, what's it to ya? I see why you bully them now.
Yeah. You see? You see what I have to deal
Yeah,
with?
yeah.
Gaming collab in the future? I don't know. Hopefully. We didn't talk much
Deciding on
about...
a game to play is the hardest.
Yeah, we didn't talk much about
hardest
games,
part of it.
but I like playing games with people in general.
Gaming's fun, yeah.
Yeah. Asoda wants to see thighs. We're just gonna skip that one. Tem's favorite game genre. It really depends. I used to play a lot of FPS, but I don't play that much FPS these days.
Which one? Which FPS one?
I played a lot of Apex. I played a little bit of Valorant. I had a phase where I was really into Overwatch. And what else? Then I got really into Honkai Star Rail and Genshin for a while.
Understandable.
I also like horror games. I like psychological horror more than like jump scares.
Yeah.
I like puzzle games. I like things like Tetris, and I've been playing Suika game a lot.
It's more of a skill. It's a very specific skill rather than just a puzzle.
True. But any kind of like puzzles, I just enjoy. So yeah. But it really just depends. Escape room? Okay, I really want to like escape rooms. However, the time limit stresses me the hell out. And like, I'm like, I think that I'm like I consider myself to be like fairly good at puzzles, like fairly intelligent, but I need to take my time and like try to draw my own conclusions. And sometimes when I go to an escape room, there's like one or two people that are like way faster at solving the puzzles than me. So like I end up not getting to solve anything because they solve it all before I get a chance to think.
Escape room puzzles are a specific genre. I feel like once you get like once you've done a few, you kind of figure out what type of puzzles they like to use and stuff.
Yeah, but I would much rather just like, I don't know, play like a escape room simulator, you know, where like I can take my time to think about it and like actually
in escape room simulator as well, though, that just doesn't do anything after you pass the time. But yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Any goals we want to achieve this year? This was actually something else that we were considering that was on our list of topics. We only got through like half of the topics.
Yep.
Goals. Do you have any goals for this year specifically?
Finish all the projects that I started. That's my main goal.
Nice.
Yeah. There's like long-term goals, but nothing specifically for this year, I don't think.
Let's see. My goals for this year: 10,000 subscribers. Original song. I want to put out at least 2 cover songs. And I want a new outfit.
A new outfit, that'd be cool. New outfit would be cool. I don't know about original songs, so I want to do a few more covers. At the moment, because like the fact that I do everything means that I have more freedom in choosing songs, at least. Because I know there's like specific like genres of music that like suits my voice better. That's why I mostly cover more calm songs, but I want to do a few different ones. Yeah. Try more genres.
Nice.
I want to do a collab cover. That seems cool, but the thing of like collab covers or like big group covers is it's really hard to find people who know the song or are interested, and then it gets really expensive really quickly because there's so many people as well. But that'd be cool. I want to be part of a collab cover. So just we have gen mates. It's sad.
Yeah. Collab covers are difficult.
Yeah. It's
That's
a
all
lot
I'm gonna say
organization.
about
It's just
that.
a lot of effort.
Let's see. Where can you find Lillian's channel? I believe I linked it in the description. Should be there. Yeah. Just gotta open the description of the video. It's there.
Yeah.
And oh, I can't see chat anymore. Where did my chat go?
Oh no.
Sometimes YouTube just does this. I like close the chat box for 2 seconds, and YouTube's like, well, no chat box for you.
Nice
What else? Backbeat Highway says, at least phrase it right. Can we get full model views of Tem and Lillian? Maybe. Do you have like? Are you able to show the full model?
Yeah.
Here, I will shrink
Just
myself.
zoom out. Just zoom out.
I will shrink the Tem.
Hello, that's me.
Now I am tiny.
Tiny? Wait,
Oh,
hold
look.
on.
Let me minimize this. There we go.
Tiny. Small. Whoa, I'm big for once!
Let me just. Haha.
Yeah. Ahaha!
Haha.
Crazy! Whoa,
No, I don't
that
fit. I
sword.
don't fit.
Wait, that's not a weird. Ahaha! Cannon height.
Wow. Cannon
Wait,
heights.
no, how much is 10 centimeters? 10, 10 centimeters? Wait.
Something like that.
So like that.
Let me shrink myself a tiny bit more. I feel like this is pretty canon though.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty canon height difference.
Mhm.
There we go. Let me just cover up your face
Wow.
with my wings. It's inevitable. Whee! Yeah, I have sword. It do a stab.
Ooh, stab.
What else? Tetris collab? Who knows? Maybe. Do you like Tetris?
I am very bad at it. I never tried to learn. Like Minesweeper. It's one of those things where I'm like, is this an important life skill? I don't think so.
Oh man, funny you should mention Minesweeper. I got super into Minesweeper for a while.
Oh.
Like recently. It just became like something that I did when I was like listening to something in the background and I wanted something to do with like my hands. So I would just open Minesweeper. And so I got really good at it.
Oh, you know what game I'm good at, boy? Have you ever played the tower stacking games where the top one like moves side to side and you have to press and it'll like drop down and you have to try to make a stack? I'm good at those.
Wait, which one?
Because it's like a rhythm game.
Cool.
How do I explain it? There's the tower building one. I guess another app would be like the burger stacking ones. Like those ones.
I've never tried
Is
that.
that one? Tricky Towers, isn't that Tetris? That's Tetris.
Yeah, Tricky Towers is Tetris but with physics and chaos.
Yeah. I comprehend things fast enough to play those.
Let's see. Could you both recommend any manga/manhwa for us? I don't read that much manga, honestly.
What was I reading recently? There's a new shonen that I hope gets picked up.
Ooh.
What's it called? Hold on. I could grab my phone.
I don't know. Read the Modao Zushi manhwa. That's all I got for you.
Wait, what? There's a manhwa?
Yeah, there's a manhwa. There's a anime donghua. There's a live action. There's an audio drama.
Audio. I think I was confused about it because I saw fan art of it and I'm like, and then I saw like different representations of the characters. I'm like, what is this series?
Yeah.
Because all the real people, and then there's like people drawing artworks, but then everyone's like character artwork was very similar style as well. So I'm like, how's that possible?
Yeah, usually when people draw fan art, they use the designs from the anime, from the donghua. Or from the manhwa. Well, they're pretty much the same. The manhwa and the donghua pretty much have the same designs. Or they try to base them off of the live action versions. Ow, wow, wow, wow.
The three manga manhwa things I'm reading at the moment is a lot of villainous isekais. So death is the only ending for the villainess, and please don't come to the villainess stationery store. I'm also recently started a manga called Marriage Toxin, which is if you like Chainsaw Man, you should get into that. Though there isn't much to get into.
I see. Is it just like it's just like new? It doesn't have a lot of content?
It's just one. Yeah, it's just one. I think there's only one volume out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's quirky. Quirky shonen. It's the easiest way to describe it.
Let's see. Do I have any other questions that I'm... Where's the Harima Tem manga? I should write a Harima Tem manga.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's everything from chat. Yum yum yum. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Do I? I don't think so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Roomies, make sure you check out Tem. My cover. What was my last cover? The holiday one, right? It was technically Christmas. I'm gonna release one in a bit. But yeah, oh, show myself. Okay. I make covers. And I stream on YouTube, so check me out if you have time and if you're available. Yeah.
Nice. Do it. Check out my kohais. We've got some new people joining bondlive en on YouTube. There's Yuki Ame and Vela Demani. You can find links to them on my YouTube channel if you just like go to my homepage, scroll down. They're there. I really need to add them to my description soon. And we've got more kohais on the way. They've been making shorts as like a countdown to their debut. They're all cool. They're all fun to talk to. Yum yum.
Cute.
And that's all I got.
Yeah. Good. Fun fighting. Ganbare.
Ganbare! You can do it! I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Alright. Should I find somebody to raid, actually? I probably should. Who's streaming right now? There's a couple of people that I'm following that are live. Lillian, if you have any suggestions for people that we can raid, I am all ears as well.
Okay, let me check who's on. Well, let's see. Well, you have someone in mind, don't you, already?
I've got one in mind.
Okay. Go to my list. I don't know what everyone's setting is, because I think most of the people I know have people added, like, permissions specifically.
Gotcha.
Suggest someone and then it being awkwardly not being able to.
Alright, All right, then we're gonna go say hi to Bucket Pam.
What?
Yeah. Alrighty. Do you have a sign off phrase or anything?
I know Rumi's like using Otsulili.
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 Nice. Otsutem, Otsulili. Stick around for the raid, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.